Hey guys, it's been a minute since I made a video like this, but we have a lot to update. New things happening, especially since it's a new school year. I have a new salary, which means I have a new daily rate. I have a new hourly rate. That means my paycheck has gone up, and so we're going to talk about it. So in this video, we're going to break down my most recent paycheck. I have expenses that I have budgeted out. And so we're going to go over those expenses and my new salary, all of that. I will share that with you. So if you're new here, my name is Joy. I'm 50 years old and I budget by paycheck. If you want to know my strategy, I've made a budgeting by paycheck video, so I'll leave it in the description down there. And yeah, so I'm on a journey towards debt freedom and wealth accumulation. Sorry, I got makeup on my shirt. I feel like I started strong. I'm a great starter. I'm not always a great finisher. Somewhere along the way, I get bored or something else catches my attention. And so it's been a struggle this year, to say the least, to like stay on track and to be as diligent about it as I was in the beginning. I started this journey in March of 2024. And so here we are about a year and a half in, and this year has been a struggle. It really, really has been. Those of you that have been watching me like diligently, you guys know the struggles. The struggle has not gone away. It is still here, but we are focusing on different things. So I work as an educational sign language interpreter. I do have notes, you guys, because I need to stay on track. I work as an educational sign language interpreter, and I work in K-12 settings. We're paid for 10 months of work, and they spread that out over 12 months. So when I give you guys these numbers, because I remember somebody mentioned before, like, oh, well, your paycheck should be more than that or whatever, but they spread it out. So like, whereas it looks like my take-home pay should be a bigger chunk, it's really not, because they spread it out over 12 months, which means like I bring home less than if they just paid me for those 10 months of work like outright instead of like spreading it out. So that's why I might feel a little differently. However, I also work extra duty, which in school is like anything outside of school hours. So I do have an interpreting assignment that I picked up for the semester that should be finished probably by mid-October. And then I do work extracurricular activities at the high school, which is like volleyball, basketball, things like that. And those we get paid out in a lump sum because it's coming from the school, not from the co-op where I work. So the interpreting extra pay, it comes in my paycheck. So however often I submit those timesheets and they put it on the check, that's when I get them. However, working for like volleyball and basketball and all that stuff, we don't get that until we get a lump sum check at the end of the season. So when volleyball season is finished, or whatever fall sports are finished, we get a check for that. And then basketball season starts, which is like the winter sports and things like that. So I've been talking a lot this year about like all the things that are going wrong. You will hear some of those things today. Some money missteps, some like poor money choices. You'll see those today. I'll talk about those today. But I felt like, so I did like a September reset. If you saw in a different video of mine, I did a September reset, and part of that reset is me focusing my mind. So I have like a mindset shift for this month. And that is recognizing the small wins. So no matter how off the path I've gotten, there are some things that I can recognize as small wins. And those small wins actually pull me back to like, okay, you've done this, you can do this, you've been doing this. So now we just have to like get back on track, right? So that's where I am. So I've always been reflecting on what I've done wrong, what's not right, like whatever is going on. And you know what? And I am going to continue to accomplish my goals. I might be off track with like paying down my car loan. The goal was to have it paid off by the end of this year, which is 2025. Not the end of the school year, but the end of this year, this calendar year. And I don't think I'm on track. I do have a car loan update for you guys later on at the end, if you stick around for that. And so you get to see that too, because my car loan The goal was to like be paying all this extra money towards it, but I hadn't been doing that. I see extra money and I spend it. How many of us do that? Like, I'm not the only one. Y'all don't have to admit it, but I know I'm not the only one. So yeah, so I'll share with you all the wins that I've been able to recognize since my last time that I made a video like this. And so let's get into it. So first and foremost, my new salary. So it's been some drama with that if you've watched my vlogs. When I initially contacted the office about my new salary for the year, because we have a new contract, it's called a collective bargaining agreement. We had negotiated, you know, contracts and things like that, and so we have a new collective bargaining agreement. But then when I got the information back, it was lower than what I was making before, and I was like, you know, can't be right. So then they finally got back to me with a new like hourly rate or whatever, and I was like, great, that looks like. But then a few weeks after that, I was told, nope, not it, it's less than that, whatever. Now we know what the salary rate is, right? So I'll explain to you what it is. So for a calendar school, not for a calendar year, for a school year, employees, we work, I forgot, we are 10-month employees, so we work 182 days. And so my salary for the 25-26 school year is $42,895 even. That is a big increase to me from, I was making like $39,000 and some change last school year. So this year it went up pretty significantly to me, okay? Okay, it might not sound like a lot, still low income, but it's significant to me. So that being said, my daily rate is $235.69. So that daily rate comes into play if like, okay, so in our, I don't want to call it a district, but like our co-op, our deaf and hard of hearing program, we are located in a specific school district, right? And so that district includes one high school and then the elementary schools there, because the elementary schools have different like buildings. So the high school, we start before the elementary starts. And so if come down to the end of the school year, I think the elementary school, they still have like either a week and a half or 2 weeks still after we're finished. And so that comes into play when either like people are out or whatever, or the subs have exhausted all of their days. Then they might reach out and say, hey, we have some absences at the elementary school, can you come work? Then you would get the $235.69 for that day, in addition to my normal salary, because I've worked my school year already, right? So, so then my hourly rate is what I earn when I interpret outside of the normal work hours. And so that's what I do now. I interpret marching band, and we have practices and competitions outside of normal school hours. And so for that, I earn $33.67 an hour. So it's still significant, even though it like went up and then went back down. It's not like they were like, oh no, you're not getting any kind of raise. They fixed it. I just accepted it. It was just an error. You know, it wasn't like they took something that should have been mine, right? They just made an error in what they reported. And so that's okay. So I'm okay with that. So that being said, not that being said, because this is not going to be an accurate number for what my normal paychecks are. So all of my paychecks through probably October, through mid-October, are going to be inflated because I work that marching band, and we're not going to be done until mid-October. So this is not what I normally make, okay? So this, my most recent paycheck, which was like, I got it on Friday, I think. I got it on Friday. Today is the normal payday because it's like the 15th, but I get paid 2 days earlier because of the bank that I use. And so my take-home pay is $1,810.04. So yeah, so that is not normal. I believe my normal salary is $1,300 and something. Like it's $1,300 and something and some change. I don't know that exact number. I didn't think to pull that up, but yeah, that's what that is. And so from that paycheck, I had I have a budget that I have pre-budgeted. I do go in and tweak my budgets as things come up. Like I had to add in, speaking of adding something in, my license plate registration is due, and here in Illinois, that's $151 for that little sticker that goes on your license plate. So I do have to add that in. I hope I don't do it late, y'all, like I did before. Because I always think that I have until the end of October. Really, I have till the end of September. So I did put that on my next paycheck for September 30th, but I do add things in that I need to, like I had to get my driver's license, that's $30, like things like that that come up. But nothing came up extra on this paycheck, so, well, we'll get into that. So my expenses for this most recent paycheck are my tithes. So my tithes were, wait a minute, was that my take-home pay? Yeah, my take-home pay was 1,000. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving you the right numbers. All right, I know what I did. So because I get my paycheck early, they haven't like given us our paycheck stub yet. So I am tithing right now based on my $1,810.04. That's what I'm basing that on. And so far I've paid in my tithe $182. And so I always tithe off the top. Tithe means tenth, and I do it from my gross income, so what it is before my take-home pay, but I don't know what that is now, so I went ahead and tithed off of my take-home pay, so we'll see like how much more I need to add to that. And some people are like, well, you're fine, that's fine, you don't have to add or whatever like that. I think, to me, it's that important, so I will be adding. All right, so the tithe is $182. Personal maintenance is $60, and that's like getting nails done, hair, or whatever. And it's so funny because I always forget that I have that, and then I go and Planet Fitness is $25. That'll come out on the 17th. My car payment is $355. My groceries, I budget $100, and my gas, I budget $100. My cell phone bill this month was $113. Now, I have a cell phone. I had I had an Android before I got my cell phone. I got my cell phone at the end of 2024. Matter of fact, it was like New Year's Eve when I got it. Somebody explained to me why the payment fluctuates every month. Like 1 month I could be paying $85, and then like this month it's $113. And I have noticed in the past that when I go look at my itemized bill, they've like added something or whatever. I don't know. Or saying that they've given me a discount about something. And I don't know why that is, but I don't like that. I don't like that my phone bill could be anything. I don't like that. I don't like that. I never had that problem with Android. For whatever reason, iPhone, like, oh, we're going to give you this and we're going to charge you for it and we're not going to ask you about it. And matter of fact, we're going to give it to you and then give you a discount on it so we can say we gave you a discount even though your payment is higher than it's been. Like, I don't like that. So if you know why that happens, let me know, because I don't like that. And I always try to go in and check to see if they've like added something onto it, because they'll do it like after I pay this payment. It's like they'll add something on. So then when I get my next bill, it's like there's nothing I can do about it. So if y'all know where that happens, let me know. And also, if you know how to stop it, let me know that too. Oh, and so then I do have like a subscription, a monthly subscription. I'm in a crochet club. That subscription is $30 a month. And then I have Fun Money, which is $50 a month. I decided to go ahead and add that in because it gives me like guilt-free spending, in the words of Ramit. I just decided to add it because I feel like if I don't add it, then I feel like, I don't know, then I feel like I'm doing something, like I'm cheating on my budget. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me just add it. And if I don't use it, great. But if I do want to get something, then I can. Just something simple or whatever, right? So I did add in $50 of guilt-free spending. That's what I should name it instead of Fun Money. I should name it guilt-free spending. And then you guys know that I am learning to play the clarinet. So I do, the clarinet that I have is a rental. But the good thing about it is whatever money I'm paying towards the rental, when I'm ready to like buy a clarinet, that money goes towards it. So we'll see how good I get, because then that'll determine the level of clarinet I think I deserve. So right now, that's $42 a month, and then I take a lesson twice a month, and so each lesson is $45. So I budgeted $45 out of this paycheck for that. And it's been going well, I think. I mean, obviously, I'm just a beginner, so it's not like you're gonna go over there and watch me playing all these concertos and things. That's not what's gonna happen. You will hear me plucking along, learning notes, trying to figure out life. That's what you'll hear. But I'm looking forward to the day where I can be like, come with me to my concert. Let's get ready backstage. But that's a different channel. All right, so altogether, my total expenses are $1,102, which means that $708 were left over. This is where we have gotten into the poor money choices. And again, I think I know what I spent the money on this time. So out of that $708, I paid back my emergency fund $600. Why? Because I was bored, and I spend when I'm bored. Listen, the things I do when I'm bored, I'm glad that I'm learning these things about myself. I was bored because who was I talking to? I think I was saying it in one of my vlogs that life is trucking along, right? Everything that's supposed to happen is happening. My days are, nothing surprising is coming up. But to me, I feel like nothing exciting is happening. And so shopping gives me that burst of like instant gratification or whatever that I feel like I'm not experiencing in life. And now that I recognize that, like I don't know, I just sit and I'm just like, yep, nothing's happening, nothing exciting's happening. And now that I recognize it, I'm like, I don't have to spend any money also. So both of those things can be true. Life can be boring and mundane, and I don't have to spend any money. Both of those things can be true, right? So I'm really trying to be conscious of that. So I paid back my emergency fund $600, so that left $108. So I did purchase on Amazon. I bought some hair care products and skincare products for $30.18. That brought me down to $77. And then I spent $56 at the grocery store because I was out and I didn't bring my cash envelope wallet with me. So I put $56 on my card. Not too heartbroken about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. The money was there, so it is what it is. And that was after I had already taken $100 out for groceries. So it's like, you'd be like, oh, we'll just leave $50 in there. Well, I had already taken it out, and I'm not going to put it back. It's just going to stay in there. And it'll be left over. It'll be money left over, and that's fine. So then that brings me down to $21 left over. That just stays in my, on my, whatever, like in the bank or whatever. So I'm not going to beat myself up over that. My expenses are covered, but I have made poor money choices. As you can see, like I did spend from my emergency fund for no reason. No reason. It's not like I don't know when I'm going to get paid. It's not like, and the things that I bought, I don't have to have it today. Like I didn't have to have it today. And I came to that realization before, but it's like stopping myself before I do it. You know what I mean? So I still, and then I think before I told you guys that I do have a balance on my Kohl's card and also on my Capital One card. Kohl's is $210.82. Capital One is $297.03. So yeah, so I do have more debt now than just my car. I'm not super broken up about it. So because I know those, I just told you that so that you know those are going to come up in my budget. I'm definitely going to be paying more than the minimum. The minimum gets you nowhere. So I'm definitely paying more than the minimum on those cards. October will probably be my month to go ahead and pay both of those off. And I'm gonna write into my budget. I think when I mentioned it before, I didn't write it in my budget, and so I just forgot about it. And so that's why we're still here with those two balances still there. I forgot about it, and then I got notification saying, hey, your bill is due. So I just went ahead and paid like the minimum balance, which was $25 and $25, I think, just so that I didn't like get charged like a late fee or something like that. But I am gonna put it in my October, I guess probably starting in not September, because September I gotta pay for that license registration. So October, I'm going to really focus on Kohl's and Capital One, getting those taken care of. Obviously, yes, that's money that could have been put towards my car. I was not thinking ahead. Here we are. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. So with that being said, I'm done focusing on like all the negative things that I haven't done. I'm going to get back positive, because I feel like when I started this journey, I was like super positive about it and everything. Like, I was super positive, super gung-ho, motivated about it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Let's get to saving. Like, and I just feel like I'm just on baby step number 2 forever. And it's my own fault. It's just due to my own choices. Nobody's doing nothing to me. Nobody's taking anything from me. It's just my own poor choices. And so I just need to recover from that, and I can. So the small wins that I'm choosing to focus on is, first, I had $15 left over from my grocery budget from my last paycheck. I have never had extra grocery money. Never, ever. If anything, food and groceries was the one thing I overspent on the most. And so that to me is a win. I had $15 left over. My grocery budget is usually $100. And from that $100, I had $15 left over. So I'm excited about that. I had $40 left over for my gas budget. I don't know why. I don't know if I wasn't going somewhere. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't care why. $40 left over from my gas budget. So also, I earned $135 from AdSense, which is from my YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching. $135 that I'll get on the 21st. That'll go toward my car loan balance. And the last small win is that my car loan balance is below $4,000 now. My car loan balance is now $3,962.02. Yes, so I was like, yeah, I didn't screw up everything. How about that? I didn't screw up everything. So, however, I also recognize that for me, earning more money than I need is more dangerous territory for me, because I'll see this extra money and then I'm like, well, what do I do with it? What can I do with it? What should I do with it? And then I start spending. So it's more dangerous, and that I think led me to like swiping my card, knowing I'm going to be making more money this school year. Swiping my card, just not spending consciously. So I need to be more mindful of conscious spending. I noticed that those terms, conscious spending and debt-free spending, are like Ramit's like words. That's what he uses to talk about conscious and unconscious spending and things like that. But I do need to be more conscious about my spending, and I don't need to buy things. I don't. Like, I need like maintenance things. Even like when I bought the hair care stuff and the skincare, that should have come out of my personal maintenance, but I didn't think about it. Actually, I don't know. No, I didn't think about it. So if I think about it ahead of time, then I can be like, oh yeah, that can come out of my personal maintenance on that day. Like, nothing's gonna be like wrong if I just wait, right, a few days. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's my expenses. That, I believe, is all the updates that I have. But yeah, I enjoy budgeting by Paycheck because because I like to see what's coming out of each paycheck. It'd be different if I had like a surplus of money in the bank, like thousands of dollars in the bank. I don't need to think about that, but I have to think about it, and things are due at different times during, and I don't automate all of my payments. I don't automate my car payment. I don't know why. Like, I still feel like, you know, like how when you don't have money and you don't want something to be deducted from your account because either it'll go negative or now you don't have money to buy something you thought you needed. I do feel like I'm past that stage of life, but something about me just still don't automate it. What else isn't automated? The clarinet rental is automated, but like big purchases, I don't really automate a whole lot. Cell phone is not automated again, because I would automate it if I knew that that payment isn't always going up and down. You know what I mean? I got to see what's going on with that. So again, if you know anything about like iPhone, like my carrier is AT&T, so I don't know if that's an iPhone issue or if that's a carrier issue. Like, whatever it is, that needs to be fixed. So anyway, I'm glad I've finally been able to update you guys and give you like a car loan update, even though I told you guys that my car loan, I don't think I'll be able to pay it off by the end of this year. I mean, I will still get a check from during my extracurricular activities for like volleyball and stuff like that. I think volleyball, I did a couple football games, like a couple of freshman football games, but so I don't know. I think that'll probably be like $600 or $700 or something like that. That check might be $600 or $700. That's usually lower because there's less things, like, but for basketball, I usually work girls and boys basketball, so that one is usually a little more, and so we'll see. I know earlier in the year I said that I would put that straight towards my car. We will see. Like if it's not going to be paid off by the end of the year, part of me feels like I'll put part of it towards it, like make an extra car payment and then do something fun, like go on a vacation or something. I don't know. We'll see. And I can't even tell you what I'm gonna do because I don't know. But I don't want to make commitments that I'm not gonna keep. And so anyway, if you got questions or comments, especially about the cell phone business, let me know. And watch my vlogs on Wednesday, watch my clarinet vlogs on Sunday afternoons, and I will see y'all next time.